Good morning, everybody. Everybody seemed to like the little talk video I did the other morning, so let's do another one. I wasn't ranting and raving, just talking some thoughts. And to clarify, every time I do one of those, somebody thinks that I'm talking about them. Well, those of you all that know me personally well know if I've got a problem with an individual, I will go straight to that individual and tell you, or ask you, and discuss it. And if you don't want to talk, want to run in the house and peek out the curtains, and I've something serious enough, I will call you out in public. Because the old saying in the South amongst us rednecks is I'm a grown-ass man, and we handle our problems the way we handle our problems. But I was not singling out anybody in that last talk that that watches this channel or don't watch it. Friends of mine, I still consider all of y'all friends, and when I say you know who I'm talking to, you know who I'm talking to. I still consider y'all friends. I hadn't had any major disagreements with anybody lately that I know of, so I just wanted to clear that up. I wasn't talking to any about any particular person. I'm talking about people in general. Understand that I make myself clear. What was the so-called favorite press line? Let me be perfectly clear, or whatever that politicking talk is. But anyway, and I speak in common man terms, just like you don't hear people say these 1.5 foot long words in normal conversation. Not people I know anyway. Anyhow, been a busy few days. I've still not quite completed the rewire on the boat. I'm gonna crawl up in there this morning. All I've got to do is mount the fuse box back to the wall, get all the wires tied up, tidied up, put the deck plates back on, get it cleaned up. Now that's about it for it. And got a couple more things I want to do, which I'll show y'all, which doesn't have to be done, but it's just something I want to do, and I have the material to do it already. Then I've got to get on that motor, see if I can't get that back seal where the prop comes out, see if I can't figure out how to get that fixed, because you can't run a boat without no oil in the foot. I learned that 30 years ago. It don't tend to work out too well after a while. But had several other things come up I've had to do around here. My parts came in for the washing machine in the house. I started to start walking across the floor every now and again, so I ordered new suspension arms, and that took it didn't take that long to fix. But when you get old and scrape yourself, your skin does that. It's called old man hide. It's a little tight getting in there, and that's where all this comes from when I scrape against something. But it seems to be working okay. It's got a little tiny shape to it still, but it's I think 5 or 6, maybe 7 years old. It's not, you can't make it brand new again, so, but it's working. And me and Mama spent several hours going to several stores the other day. I think I mentioned that. Getting our pantry stocked back up where we want it. The stores, the bigger grocery stores here that we went to, seem to be, they're not full, but they have most everything that we use. So we loaded up there, and then we went, of course, to Dollar General. Is a big deal around here, probably all over the country by now. Went to 3 of those, or 2 of those, wiped out, all but empty. And then we went to, there's a newer store, the Family Dollar, right next to the Dollar General up on the highway, and they were pretty well stocked with, you know, different things we use, canned goods. And now the store brand at the Family Dollar, whatever, I forget what the brand of it is, the store brands that they have is not good. They don't taste good, but they do have plenty of name brands. And every Dollar General we went to, no TP, no paper towels, no paper goods. But the Family Dollar had plenty of the name brand, the good stuff. So we stocked up on that. It looks to me like it's a supply chain issue, which if you watch a lot of different videos, YouTubers, they'll tell you that too. Of particular places, like Dollar General, it looks like they're just having a trouble getting stuff, you know, getting it brought to the store. I'm sure a lot of y'all have heard about all the container ships setting off the ports in California, where a lot of that stuff originates, of course, in China, overseas, wherever, and it all gets distributed this way. And from what I can understand, they can't get it unloaded because nobody will go to work. Nobody will work at the dock. And then if they can get it unloaded, there's not enough truck drivers, nobody will work to deliver it. It must be the same at the local hardware, because that's where I get my epoxy and that kind of stuff for knives. They haven't had any in almost 3 weeks, and I'm down to 1 tube. So I'm gonna have to, I guess, go online and order it and see if I can get it that way. It's actually more expensive to order it online than it is to go up to the store and get it. But if they don't have it, you know, what can you do? Most things you order offline, you get it cheaper. You know, you don't have to spend as much for it. But that's one thing that's not. My leather finally came, I guess, and that comes UPS, which normally is no problem, but even they seem to be going pretty slow. But we're just working away, doing what we do, trying to prepare for whatever's going to happen, if anything does, which we don't want anything to happen. I don't think anybody does. But the signs are all around us. I'm trying to tell my kids the same thing. Every extra few dollars you have, get extra food, dry goods. We bought a bunch of those big plastic containers and filled them all up. Rice, beans, peas, you know, dry stuff, things like that. So we can go, pardon me, got some water this morning. If necessary, me and Mama can go for several months without having to go to the store. Might want to go to the store, but we don't have to. You know, we stocked up on things like, you know, flour, cornmeal, all that kind of stuff. The next thing I'm going to stock up on is propane and gasoline. That'll be this coming payday's stocking up projects. But just a few things this morning. What am I going to do today? I'm going to try to get the boat buttoned up this morning and get that done for right now. I'm not going to be able to take it out like I wanted to, but I may have a little short fishing trip coming up, maybe next week. We'll see, and we'll talk about that more. This came yesterday. Pretty Damascus, Alabama Damascus. That is not exactly what I thought I ordered, but I guess I did. It works fine. It's just a little bit heavier than what I wanted, but that'll be okay too. It'll work, and it'll look good, and it'll work good. I've got 4 small knives to cut out of that, and there'll be enough left for 1 more. I may do something special if I don't get an order for a Damascus knife, but we'll see. I still have the block, the big build block. I gotta still finish that, and all the knives are sort of rough. They're not cut all the way out. They're roughed out. Got a few to build for Ryan. Mr. Yazzie ordered some more. See, Kevin ordered one. So I got plenty of knife work to do, but I could stand to do some more. So if y'all remember what I keep saying, Christmas is coming. Get your orders in here if you would, if you want to. Give me plenty of time. Dang it. But anyway, I just wanted to mainly let everybody know I was not singling out anybody in particular. And that's that. I'm just about as happy as I can be. I don't know what else I could possibly need except some fresh fish, but and I'm gonna handle that here soon. Oh, and I am gonna rant about one thing. I'm subscribed to the FWC, Florida Wildlife Commission. I get their little bulletins and newsletters in email. They have come up with the wisdom, flounder season, the best time from the beginning of time to catch flounder, especially the big ones, gigging them, is late October all the way through November. Everybody flounders that time of year. Excuse me. That's when they are migrating out to spawn. Understand that, but they also come back through. They have closed flounder season starting October 15th, and it will not reopen till December the 1st. Which by then, normally, the run's already over and they're already back in, and they're harder to catch hook and line that way. But and it's just for recreational fishermen. Now, commercial guys can still catch whatever their limits are. I don't pay no attention to their limits. But that sort of irritated me because I was going to be all ready this year. We'll just have to wait till spring when they pick back up, I guess, because I'm not going buying flounder, even though it's one of my favorite fish. Anyway, just another, in my opinion, government intrusion. Just like the red snapper rules, you can catch, I think the limit on red snapper is 1, because they say, FWC says, the biologists and the scientists say there's not that many. Well, you talk to anybody that fishes offshore, any commercial charter boat, any recreational charter boat, you watch videos of different people that fish offshore, that's about all you can catch is red snapper, and you got to throw them back, because there's so many of them, just like redfish around our area. Now, you can't hardly catch nothing but a redfish, but your limit is 1. And a lot of them things, what the commission says and what they decide to do does not seem to match up with what people out in the field that do this stuff all the time, you know, fish and commercial fish and all that. It doesn't match what they're saying. And they do have the little workshops where you can go talk, but they just sit there with a blank look on their face and thank you for your input. You know, they don't care what we say. That's why I quit going to them things years ago. Anyway, I'll shut my mouth. Once again, we're waiting on daylight. It's pretty much getting there now. So I will get out here and get doing what I got to get doing. It's weekend, Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to spend it all out here in the shop working on knives, the knife block, the knives, and all that stuff, and I'll see how much I can get done. So thank y'all listening to me ramble on this morning. I did see all the messages you guys sending me suggestions on the proper crimpers and wire cutters and all that. I did see it. I hadn't had a chance to answer yet, but thank you for that. And I will look into getting some of them kind of tools, because even when this wiring job's finished, there's always something. I'll have to do something else eventually. And if I ever get another boat, the one that I really want, if I ever find one, I'm sure I'll have to do some work like that on it too. So it's a good tool to have, good tools to have. So thank y'all for telling me what to get. All right, that'll do it before I think of something else. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you very much for your support, and I'll have y'all something more interesting here shortly.